Obviously, we've got a huge DLC coming out tomorrow, so if you want to get some discounted shark cards, be sure to check out G2A with the link in the description and use code BOSS for an extra discount. Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be doing a special DLC Q&A. That's right, we're covering questions regarding the executives and other criminals updates that's going to be coming to Grand Theft Auto Online in just a few short hours, depending on when you're watching this video. Now, if you want to get involved in the next Q&A, I do these about once a week. All you have to do is go down in the description, follow me there, and use the hashtag AskBoss whenever I do a Q&A. They're pretty obvious when I ask for questions. So again, once a week, I ask on Twitter. You can get involved, and I always feature the best questions. Today's videos are all about the DLC that's coming out tomorrow. So hopefully you guys do enjoy, and hopefully you learn a thing or two. So let's get it started. All right, so our first question comes from Mason Rothgeb, and he says, do you think we'll be able to customize the yacht? So that's actually something and a question that I've gotten a lot. Will we be able to customize the yacht? And that answer is yes. It's actually been stated by Rockstar that you will be able to customize the yacht. I think they say like upgradable super yacht on one of their Facebook posts. So I know for 100% certainty that the yacht is going to be able to be upgraded. We don't know the extent of what you can actually upgrade, but I know there are going to be at least a few options. According to FunMW2, we're going to be able to change the yacht color, but he's not sure if it's the exterior or the interior, and it's only going to be the primary color. He states the yacht is like a floating apartment. You can choose a lighting color for it as well. So that's going to be really cool. We're going to be able to choose hopefully a few things for our apartment. One of them is the exterior paint job, which I think is really cool. I also hope we get to name our yachts. You guys know like boats are often given names, like the USS Constitution, for example. I want to name mine like the SS Boss or Boss for the Win, something like that. I just want to be able to create a unique name for it. So when I see it on the water, it'll have like a nice big name on the outside. I think that would be pretty cool. But it's also interesting to note that it looks like we're going to be able to choose from a few different lighting options as well. So if it gets dark outside, our yachts are going to be illuminated in the light color of our choice. So I think that is really, really cool. And again, we'll find out in a few hours what the extent of the customization is going to be, but I'm just so excited. Our next question comes from Nick Spazzino, and he says, what vehicle are you most excited for, and which one do you think will be the most expensive, yacht included? Well, since you've said yacht included, I believe that is going to be the most expensive one. Now, I can't say for certain how expensive it's going to be, but really just based on the size and the scale of the yacht itself, I can imagine that it's going to be more expensive than the land vehicles that we get in game. However, as far as the land vehicles go, I'm really not too sure because Rockstar determines car prices on a few things. One of them is rarity. Another one is if it has any special features like gull-wing doors or a retractable spoiler, or if it's incredibly fast. I know there was a sports classic car that was shown. I think it was modeled after the Shelby AC Cobra. And Rockstar really puts a premium on sports classic cars because I guess they're more rare since they're older. So who knows? I'm guessing that one might be the most expensive. We really won't know, like I said earlier, until we get into the game and we really just get to play it, see the prices, and then determine which one is the most worth it. Hyper Gaming says, do you think this update will be the change to GTA C gameplay? Now, unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be like a game of battleships where our yachts are going to be launching missiles at each other. In fact, I believe the yachts are actually just floating apartments basically like in the water. So they're not going to serve as vehicles, but they're more going to serve as living quarters on the water. Although I'm really not too sure what Rockstar is going to ultimately consider them because FunMW2 actually tweeted this out earlier today, and I believe it's the description for if you want your yacht to be called in, and it is call the yacht captain to deliver your personal vehicle to the coastline. So once again, I'm not really too sure if they're considering the yacht a personal vehicle or a living quarters or what the case is going to be. Again, I'm sure we will figure everything out in just a few short hours or on Tuesday whenever the DLC does come out. But I'm really not too sure. Is it going to change C gameplay? I don't think it will in terms of like battleships and moving vehicles around. But I do think you'll see a lot more people out in the water hanging out on their yachts, which I of course think is going to be a good thing. And I'm very excited for it. Joseph says, how do you think the mansion system is going to work as far as getting in and out. I think it's actually going to be really simple, Joseph. I really think it's going to be the exact same way as the apartments. As you guys know, there's multiple apartments in game and lots of people share the exact same apartment. So I've heard people saying like, what happens if 2 or more people live in the same house? Well, yeah, in real life, that obviously wouldn't make sense, but I think it's going to be very similar. You're just going to walk up to the door and you're just going to go into your own version of your own apartment, or in this case, mansion or big Vinewood Hills homes. I don't think there's going to be any issue regarding getting in or, fighting for position on who gets in the door first or who's going to get into the mansion in that session. I think it's going to be pretty easy and pretty seamless. I imagine Rockstar's worked on this for a while now, so I'm sure they've thought of pretty much everything in every situation. So I want to say they have it covered. Jordan says, do you think the Vinewood Hills houses will have the same permissions to customize them inside? I would imagine so. I think that it would be very strange of Rockstar to add apartment customization and then not add the same customization to the Vinewood Hills mansions or big homes or stilt houses or whatever you want to call them. I think that would be really odd. I think it would devalue the mansions. But once again, they really didn't show us a lot of the interior for the mansions, and we don't know if that is customizable. So Jordan does actually bring up a good question. The only pure customization we've seen so far has been in the apartment scenes from that trailer, but I would hate to imagine that Rockstar left out the really cool customization for the big homes and mansions in the Vinewood Hills. It doesn't seem like them, and it would just seem like a waste of really awesome mansions. So hopefully that isn't the case. Again, we'll find out in just a few short hours. Our next question comes from Brady, and he says, where would we purchase the Superyacht? Would there be a separate website specifically set to buy these yachts? Now, Brady, I don't think so. I think that would be a little complicated. I personally think it's just going to be available on the Doc T's website, the one that's already in Grand Theft Auto Online right now. However, I do think there is going to be a separate website for purchasing the mansions or the big homes. There's actually a website that was used in single player. It was called Lenny Avery Realty or something like that. It specializes in Vinewood Hills houses and mansions. So I do think that website is eventually going to be opened up when this DLC is added to the game, and I think that is going to be added as another website. I think the Dynasty 8 is only going to be available for apartments, and then this new website, the Lenny Avery, is only going to be available for the Vinewood Hills mansions and homes. But as far as yachts, I think we're just going to be able to purchase it on the Doc T's site. I think it's going to be pretty simple, pretty easy. I get this question almost every time a DLC comes out, so I figured I would answer it as well. It comes from Tom Videven. He says, when will the DLC come out in different countries? Typically, the DLC comes out at around 6 a.m. Eastern Time, which is about 3 a.m. Pacific Time, which is also around 11 a.m. or noon GMT or UK time. So once again, I know that doesn't cover everyone's time zone, but if you have those three, you should be able to determine in the world when it comes out. It's about 6 a.m. on the East Coast, it's about 3 a.m. on the West Coast, and roughly in Europe, it's going to come out anywhere between 10 a.m. and about noon. So that's when you can expect it. That's when the Lowriders DLC came out. That's when like 99% of Grand Theft Auto Online DLCs have come out. So I imagine this one won't be any different and will be the exact same thing. Nick Wheeler says, do you think we will receive garage customization along with apartments? Some new style garages were leaked months ago. That's right. There were kind of some new styled garages that were leaked a while ago. Obviously, we haven't seen them in the game yet. And I'm really not too sure because I don't know how the Vinewood Hills homes garages are going to work. I don't know if they're only going to be 2-car garages or 4-car garages, or if there's going to be some like underground 10-car garage vault that we're not really aware of that's going to be for those mansions. I'm really not too sure. I think that would be amazing. I mean, if you're able to customize the actual living quarters of your apartment, I think it would be cool to be able to customize the garage portion as well, because that's kind of 50-50 for why you buy those apartments. You buy it for not only the living quarters upstairs, but for the car storage, obviously down below where your 10-car garage is. So yeah, I hope that would be something that Rockstar thought of. I think it would be cool to maybe change up the design of the garage, even if it's just aesthetics like lighting, paint colors. I still think it would be pretty cool. And finally, our last question is going to come from Expert Gamer, and he says, do you think that the apartment/house limit will be increased because of the mansions coming? That is actually a really good question. I didn't think about it. So Rockstar currently only allows you to have 4 properties. And I wonder if this is going to increase when the, like I said, new mansions or Vinewood Hill homes are added, because there's clearly a difference between apartment and Vinewood Hill homes / mansion. So yeah, I think that they're going to separate them. I think it's going to be hopefully 4 apartments, 4 mansions. Because what if you have 4 apartments right now? What do you have to do? Sell one of your apartments to get a mansion? You know, that doesn't really sound like it's a great idea to me. So hopefully, once again, Rockstar's thought of a plan and an idea to get that solidified so that we can enjoy both apartments and mansions. But anyways, that's all the questions that I'm going to be tackling in today's Q&A video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Once again, if you want to get involved in the next episode, just go down in the description, follow me on Twitter, use the hashtag AskBoss when I need questions for videos like this. If you did go on to enjoy the video, a like rating would be awesome. And of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily Grand Theft Auto 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.